This is the span, RSPAN. So I'll cover that. Let's take lesser time, small lab. Okay. No, I don't want to use this one. Span, RSPAN. Switching lab. Okay. This one I can use. Okay. So what is a span? What is the RSPAN? We have to capture it. So let me go on the switch. This is my switch. Let's discuss about the span first. This is another PC. Okay. So span and RSPAN and ERSPAN. What is span, guys? Let me turn on this device as well. It's a very small topic. I will cover it. Don't worry. So span is a process when I want to capture some traffic. Let's suppose I want to capture these two port traffic, and I want to send this analyzer like 𝗬𝗃, packet capture, whatever devices I have. So that is known as a span traffic. So span is the switch port analyzer. It's a just responsibility. Any interface you want to capture the traffic and you want to send the switch port analyzer. That is a span. This span is going to work within the switch. Means anything you want to configure within the switch. You want to capture the traffic and sending to the analyzer. That is the span is going to be there. RSPAN also going to be the same things. Whatever span is going to do that. Let's suppose you want to capture this traffic. But your analyzer is not connected on this switch. It is connected in the same LAN in different switch. So in that case, after capturing this traffic via using the RSPAN VLAN, you have to send to this particular switch port analyzer. So that is known as the RSPAN. So span and RSPAN only two different we have. Difference we have. Span, you just capture the traffic and send to the same switch port, means same switch, another port where server is connected. RSPAN, you capturing the traffic from different switch and sending to different switch where your analyzer is connected. Is it clear? This is a remote switch port analyzer and this is the switch port analyzer. Do you guys get a difference between these two? Dinesh, Sridhar, Battalion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I want to configure the span, how it is going to configure? Let me just do that. So if I go here and configure like span, so there's two port. Let me configure these two IP 10.10.10/24. That's all. And they'll go here and I'll configure 10.10.10.11/24. This is the IP. So you will see, and I will save this IP. Save this as well. If I just trying to ping 10.10.10.11, you'll see it's able to ping. I want to capture these two ports. Whatever communication they want to do that, I want to send to the analyzer. We don't have the 𝗬𝗃 machine here, but if I want to share that, let me try to open a 𝗬𝗃 if I can do that. Let me see that I can show you 𝗥𝗲𝗺 as well. So let it be here. Now, how we can do that? Very easy, guys. You go on the switch now, and there is a command session monitor. Sorry, monitor session. Can you give this any name? Like this, let me use a 10. And what I want to do that? I want to monitor the source, that is my gigabit 0/0 and 0/2. So I will go and put that gigabyte source interface gigabyte 0 by 0 to 0 by 1 and 0 by 2. So 0 by 1 to 2. Sorry. I need to do the comma and I need to give 0 by 2. Both interface I want to monitor. So I'm saying that, hey switch, you monitor these two interface, and after that, what do you do that? After that, you go and monitor session 10 and send destination interface on this interface, gig 0 by 0. So I will go and send gig 0 by 0. That's all. This is your span configuration. Clear? Just very small configuration, span configuration. You're just doing that. You're saying that, hey switch, you monitor the any traffic coming from, means if you see here, monitor, if I go here, you want to monitor the source, you have the options. You have the option, if you go here and see that, you want to monitor the RX, you want to monitor the TX. So if you're not putting any RX, TX, it is going to use the both. Means your both is going to monitor. If you run the command show monitor session 10, see, your both source destination is getting monitored and you're sending on the destination port. Now see the interesting part, guys, in case of the span. The port you sending the traffic, this port status and compare with this two port status. If I run command show IP interface brief, show IP interface brief, you're seeing that these two ports are showing up and up. These two ports are showing up and up, but these ports are showing down. Why it's down? Because it's a monitoring port. Show interface gig 0 by 0. It's a monitoring port and it is going to be down normal state. So don't be afraid why it is showing a down state. It's a normal monitoring port and it's a span port. And you sending the traffic from these two ports to there. Now let me stop this packet capture. Okay. And let me ping here. So I will just ping here. Okay. I'm pinging here. And now let me go and enable the packet capture. See, whatever traffic, let me stop it. Now my span is sending the traffic, this source, this destination. So all traffic is getting captured on this interface. And it is going to be available on the, if this is your 𝗬𝗃 device, this is going to get that. But right now 𝗬𝗃 time enabled on this interface. And you can see whatever I'm doing the ping, they are getting captured here. Make sense? So this is the span. Span is simple. It is going to capture your all traffic informations. Means whatever you're going to do that between these two devices, it is going to capture by the your single switch. Means the span is going to enable between the same switch. Now, if I talk about the RSPAN, your switch are going to capture from there. Means this switch is going to capture your source destinations. Let me do that. RSPAN. So RSPAN is going to be there. Wait, let me see if I have old configuration anything. Okay, so I will go here and RSPAN again. You can just give it monitor session and what, let's suppose I want to use the 12 and I want to use the source. What source I want to monitor? 0 by 2 and 0 by 1. So interface gig 0 by 1 comma gig 0 by 2. These two interface I want to monitor, but my server is not connected here, so I cannot send directly. So I have to use some different concept in the RSPAN, and that is known as a remote VLAN. So this is a local span. You can see within the switch, you want to do that. So within the switch, you want to configure anything, then it is going to be local, but you want to use the RSPAN, then you have to use the different concept. See, so RSPAN is going to be a method. This is the RSPAN. You have to configure one of the remote span VLAN on the both switches. So I need to configure the VLAN on the both switches. So you can configure any VLAN name, but you have to give the name as a RS, not name, that is a RSPAN VLAN, you have to give that. So config T, it's going to be hostname switch 3 and VLAN, let's suppose go with a 99. Now after that, you have to give name you can just give any name, doesn't matter, but you have to mention this is the remote span VLAN. That is the most important. Remote span VLAN. This is the one thing you have to configure here. And you go here as well, VLAN 99. You give that name, but it is going to be. Now, if you go here and run the command show VLAN brief, you are going to find your one VLAN is going to configure. This is the and 99 and show VLAN ID 99. Sorry, show VLAN ID 99. See, this VLAN is basically remote span VLAN. You can see this VLAN is remote span. So you always have to verify the VLAN you configure, it's a remote span or not. So this is just name, but this is going to show it's a remote span VLAN. So now I configure this true port monitoring. I configure the VLAN, configure the VLAN. If this is a trunk, you have to pass the VLAN on the trunk. Then only it is going to there. So let me make this port as a trunk port. So how we can make that? I'll go here, interface, 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗁𝗍, 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗁, switch port trunk encapsulation dot one queue switch port mode trunk switch port trunk allowed VLAN all. Okay, and let me go here as well, interface 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗁𝗍. So I'm just putting all the VLANs. So you can configure this all trunk port and it's going to pass. So what is going to happen now? If I'm on the like source, I am just monitoring the, let's suppose I'm this switch. So I configure this, I'm the switch 2, and I just configure this command, monitor. After configuring this command, I monitor this port, but where I want to send it? I want to send this traffic on my remote span VLAN. So I have to use this command. I just want to use monitor session. What is the session ID? Our case is 12, right? And destination, I want to use the remote VLAN 99. That's all. So from this switch, I have done the configuration. From this switch, I am done the configuration. So show run pipe include monitor. You see this configuration. Now you want to capture this traffic on this switch and you want to send on this port. Then how you can do that? So for that, you have to configure another, let me close this. You have to configure another monitor session on the remote end side. And you have to configure monitors, you have to capture the traffic from this VLAN 99. So just go here and capture. The monitor session is going to be 12 anyhow, right? You want to capture your with the source and which interface you want to send it. So the interface is going to be 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗁 in that case. 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗁, and this is going to be 12. So this is the final configuration. Show monitor session 12. So this is done. Now, if I initiate the traffic from this port or this port, you'll see what is going to happen. So I will configure 2020 dot what is IP 1, okay, slash 24. Sorry, IP and I will go here as well and ping 2020.2/24, right? Oh, sorry, not ping. IP. So if I try to ping 20.20.20.20.2, it should ping over. Now, this traffic must be go here on this interface. So let me go and see that what is happening on this particular node. So it's 0 by 1. I will capture that and let me send it here. So I will do the traffic communication between my PC which are connected on the different switch, but we'll see that how they are behaving on the different switch. So let me okay, so let me initiate the ping, guys. So if I am just trying to ping, see, you pinging where? You pinging between these devices, but your traffic is getting captured on these devices. See, this is the magic of the RSPAN. Means I am initiating the ping between these two clients, but your traffic is getting captured on these two ports and sending via the RSPAN, and it's going via this one. So this is the beauty of the RSPAN. You're just capturing the traffic and sending to the port. See? So I hope it is clear, right, guys? This one is clear. Span, RSPAN with the complete log. You see that how they're happening. Dinesh, Sridhar, Battalion, what do you guys think?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there is a thought.
And
Yes,
sir,
please go ahead.
where do we use this in production?
Yes, we use that. Sometimes we use that for troubleshooting purpose only.
Okay.
Sometime for troubleshooting purpose we use that. Now we left with the ERSPAN. ERSPAN is a process we cannot test in the lab because router is not going to support it. But what is the ERSPAN? Let me explain that. ERSPAN is a process where you want to send, like you want to capture the traffic from this port and you want to send over the L3 interface. And this ERSPAN is a Cisco proprietary to this monitoring device. So you have to configure the ERSPAN. Means this ERSPAN is going to be initiated between these two as a GRE tunnel or IPsec tunnel. Tunnel is going to be created. This router is not supported. I don't have the router who support this ERSPAN. To support the ERSPAN, we require the ASR, ISR router actual image. CSR even not supporting. I tried multiple times, but not supporting. So theoretically, let me explain that. You want to build the ERSPAN, then you have to configure this as a ERSPAN tunnel, right? Encapsulated remote span, remote switch port analyzer. Over the L3 interface, this is the L3 interface. These are the pure L2 interface. This is the L2, this is the L2 switch. But over the IP, you want to do that. Then you have to use that ERSPAN. So your traffic is going to capture from this switch port and it is going to send to the monitoring server. Same concept, but how the configuration is going to look like, let me show you. You guys have any device, you just use this configuration. You just have to monitor this kind of you have to make the IP reachability. The first IP reachability, make sure these two interfaces have the IP. Just use the same topology, they're able to ping. These all are able to ping. Just put one default route here toward here, one default route here toward here. So they have the reachability, end-to-end reachability. Once have the reachability, you just have to go and use this configuration. You just change the IP address and do the configuration and it is going to just complete that testing. Very easy things to do that. Not a very difficult. But generally this one you're not going to find in anywhere in productions. But span, ERSPAN you're going to find. It's very common to just do the troubleshooting. But ERSPAN is very rare to find that except the concept you should know about it. So span is the single switch where you want to capture any traffic from same switch, same port, or different port, and you are sending to the different port of the your kind of the switch port analyzer. RSPAN is a layer 2 again, but your source is on different switch or your server is on different switch. SPAN, your source, destination, server, everything is the same switch. ERSPAN, your source might be the different behind the router, and your server is the different behind the router. So you have to build a tunnel, that is the ERSPAN. Are we good for today?
Sir, I have one question. Like tunnel is like similar to our GRE tunnel, or it's like different here?
Not GRE tunnel, but it's a ERSPAN tunnel.
Okay. Is
It's
it's built in different way?
a different way, right? Not GRE tunnel. It's a different way tunnel is going to be there.
Okay, sir.
I will show you if I find some configuration router in between. So I will show this
Okay, sir.
configuration as well. Don't worry about
Okay.
that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we will have the class next week. But one thing, guys, probably next week, I need to attend one of the marriage functions, Saturday, Sunday. So I will update you if there is a class. If there is no class, then you're going to get a message. Will it fine?
Yeah.
So meanwhile, I will request everyone just recap whatever we have to discussion till now, especially for the switching part. You just cover this. This part is very important. Cover this one. Virtualization architecture and network assurance. Like try to do all labs at least till here. At least ping, trace. I explain. They are the very small topic, but they go with the very extended level to explain each and everything. So try to do these all things. Clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question for this CCNP exam. All theory questions will be there.
We'll talk exam point of view later, okay? Don't worry. I will cover that also. How to prepare the exam as well. Sridhar, you just remind me. Once we are about to finish this course, I will guide you how to prepare for the exam as well. Will it fine? Sridhar, your voice is not coming.
Okay, sir.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes,
See you
sir.
again.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.